don't wake up.
I'm not going to.
Mine will be different. But that's okay, because no one will be able to hear me anyway.
Well, I was going to say give yourself a big hand, but you don't deserve it this morning. That was the worst introduction I've ever heard. You are not in very good voice this morning, but I love you anyway. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living right here in Menifee Valley, a place where we recognize that it's only 4 days to the start of the new year. Wow, 4 days we get to go to 2026. But I'm glad you're here, and I want you to turn to your neighbor and say, I'm glad you're here too. Please do that.
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad you're here.
Well, okay. That is the beginnings of the wonderful day we have today. A program that is going to just knock your socks off. Those of you that are not wearing socks, hang on to your shoes. So it's time to get
You're right,
the
they won't remember they
information
weren't
out
paying
to
attention.
you. And I get the signal that we're ready to hear from our court president, the gentleman who knows everything about this center and everything about this community, Mr. Dave Minyard. All right.
Good morning! How are we? Brian's not here, and I'm very sad.
You're here taking pictures.
He's my absolutely man. All right. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in Valley. We are a new thought community based on the teachings of Ernest Holmes and the basic principles of law of attraction and the power of positive thinking. No matter where you are in your spiritual path, we are glad you found us, and we are happy you are here. So the December theme, excuse me. The December theme is shedding our skin and revealing our light within. We had an amazing speaker last week. If you guys missed him, he was phenomenal. He was one of the best speakers we've had all year. He spoke about the solstice. It was fascinating. If you missed it, ask around. People will tell you who he was. What was his name? Dave Minyard. Oh, it was me. No, we had a great service. It was my first time speaking, so of course I'm going to brag about it. So, all right, so December. December will invite us into both stillness and illumination as the days grow darker and we have arrived past the winter solstice, which is the return of the light. We are reminded that transformation often happens in quiet, unseen ways. Like the snake that sheds its skin all at once, our shedding, though, is gradual, coming off in pieces throughout the seasons of our lives. With each fragment released, it reveals more of the light that has always been within us. This month, we honor the sacred process of release, rest, and renewal. We welcome the slow return of the sun, the end of the holiday season, and we celebrate the growing awareness of our own inner brilliance. As we consciously shed what no longer serves us, we step into clarity, warmth, and the divine illumination that guides our paths forward. Okay, this is the last one of the month and of the year. So I expect you all to just go for it. Are we ready?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go then. Are we ready to release the layers that no longer serve us?
Absolutely.
Do we trust the quiet, sacred work of transformation happening within us?
Absolutely.
Is our inner light glowing brighter as we shed old stories and step into truth?
Absolutely.
Do we welcome this season of release, rest, and renewal with open hearts, open arms, and open minds?
Absolutely.
Then December is our season of release and revelation, piece by piece, breath by breath, shedding what was, embracing what is, and shining the light that has always lived within us. And when we are asked if we are ready for it, we say it together for the last one of the year. Absolutely. Thank you, and so it is. Yay. All right, this year is done. Almost. All right, so if you please silence your cell phones, we know cell phones are contagious. The January calendars are available on the table over there. Inside your bulletins, you'll find a list of community events happening here at the center. Feel free to take the insert with you, but please leave the outer section in the basket on the table. So coming up, we have, I'm going to go backwards here because I think that's the way the artwork is. We have our community drum circle our next Wednesday, January 7th.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yes, it's the first Wednesday of every month here at the center. It's facilitated by our very own White Feather. The event is open to everyone. It is a $10 suggested love offering. If White Feather would say something, you don't got to come up here, brother. Just tell everybody about it.
Well, everybody knows it's my favorite time of the month. This is a time that we get a chance to relate to Earth Mother Gaia and all of our surroundings. Come to the drum circle. Sister Bear is holding the sacred drum. The chief should be here from the Pachanga tribe. I have my dear brother Cliff Cripes from the Twisted Trees Project. We are the only drum circle that has live musicians playing music. And then when we're all done, I'll see you right on down to the sound bath. I expect to see you. I'll see you there.
Yes, thank you, brother. And again, I think I say this all the time. If you have not been to one of our drum circles, you are missing out, because it is a phenomenal experience, and it's unlike anything you've ever been to, unless you've been to the drum circle here, because it is unique. All right, so moving on. Actually, moving backwards. So next Sunday is January 4th. So to celebrate the new year, not only are we going to have birthdays, which we always do, not only are we having a potluck, but we are having a waffle bar potluck like we do every year.
Oh, yeah.
Kara is going to make waffles for everybody. All by herself. Maybe we'll hire somebody to help you. So to celebrate the new year, we're going to be having an annual waffle bar. We will supply the waffles, but please bring toppings and sides. Whipped cream, fruit, quiche, flavored syrup, any kind of breakfast casserole, like quiche, potatoes, meats, bacon, sausages in the quiche and as well by themselves. It's going to be a good time, it always is. And the waffles are always delicious. White Feather.
And don't forget the applewood smoked bacon.
And White Feather's going to be making some applewood smoked bacon.
Watch that. Watch that.
And again, if you have not had any of White, we gotta make you a store. White Feather smoked meats. Because he smokes turkey, he smokes cream cheese, he smokes bacon. All right, so stay up for the service today for coffee and treats. I've heard there's some good stuff back there. If you have a prayer request for the week, please place it in the prayer box located underneath the portrait of Ernest's home. For more information, you can visit our website at CSLMV.org, like us on Facebook, Instagram, all the fun stuff. And now, before I intro our practitioner, Eloise Newell, please repeat after me. Open minds.
Open minds.
Open hearts.
Open hearts.
Open arms.
Open arms.
Open at the top.
Open at the top.
Thank you all. Have a great rest of the year.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Jim. Thank you for bringing us up to date. And that kind of concludes our opening services. But let's finally get down to the business of being here, right here, centered. And we begin that this morning with our practitioner, Eloise Newell, our invocation, and our morning chant.
I've explained before, what chanting is prayers, not asking for anything, just honoring the God within. Atma Kangiri Jamati Sahachara Pranam Shariram Gruham Kushatam Vihano Pino Pihatinam Samsaraharim Harinam Karacharna Kritamba Kaya Jam Karma Jamba Shravanayana Jamba Manasamba Paradam Vihitama Vihitamba Sarvametachamaswa Jaya Jaya Karunabde Shri Mahadeva Shambho Jaya Jaya Karunabde Shri Mahadeva Shambho. And on this beautiful, sacred Sunday morning, we are in the divine sanctuary where we get in touch with the God within us, where we recognize the God within everyone, where we see God in others' eyes. This is where we begin to acknowledge that the creativity that is within us comes from that divine spirit. The ideas, the thoughts are all manifested in that, in God, within. And as we go into a new year with a fresh perspective, being so aware that our power, our desires, our wishes all come from that space where God not only gives us the ideas, but also manufactures the way we can do it, where we can actually complete, where we can be in that space. And that is what I wish for all of you for the year 2026, to be able to recognize the God within you, the motivator, the bringer of good tidings. And as I am so grateful to be aware of this, I release into the law of mind, knowing we are the truth. And together we say,
And so it is.
Thank you, White Brother. And now, a reading from the Science of Mind textbook written by our founder, Ernest Holmes. And we'll be reading out of the Living the Science of Mind. In his chapter on mental equivalence, he writes, "The law of mental equivalence means that everything that is consciously and subjectively embodied in our thinking tends to radiate an atmosphere, a vibration, a current of thought. Everything is an inward acceptance that automatically attracts itself that which is like itself. Like. There is a subtle atmosphere around us. In him we move and breathe and have our being. There is a subtle atmosphere around us, unperceived by us, and it is silently attracting people to us or repelling them from us." And Ernest says, "And I wonder if it's not true that when we feel antagonistic for others, they in turn feel it and respond in kind to us. Animals, dogs especially, feel our personal atmosphere and they respond to it. Here is one of the keys to successful living and right relationships among people. It is only when we are whole within ourselves that we can help others. It is only when we have faith that we can instill faith. It is only when we have hope and enthusiasm others will likewise respond to us." And here Holmes writes, "Let us see that life is like a mirror tending to reflect back to us the images of our own thinking. And what do we see in the mirror? And what do we see in the mirror? And have we the courage to admit that what we are looking at in the mirror is a reflection of us and our own life? Are we looking at antagonism, resentment, confusion? Are we looking at fear, failure, unhappiness? And are we especially willing to look in the mirror of life and say, that is I? And then we do not like what we see. Have we enough courage and confidence to believe that we can change it? If so, we've made the right choice. God is at the center of our own being. To have faith in this divine presence within us, and to have an equal faith in the divine in everyone else, we must come to see that God is the one eternal presence in everyone and everything. And we learn to think from this basis. And so it is. And now, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce our guest speaker today, the very famous and talented Mr. Dave Friedman. Go get him, coach.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How y'all doing? Good. Did you have a nice Christmas? Any
That's how we hang. Life is good. 24/7, 365. What are we talking about today? Release, refresh, and renew. Shedding our skin. It's a little brisk to do that outside, but everyone does these kind of things in their own way. So I have a great quote. Ready? Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Does that feel like hellfire and damnation? Bring it down. Yeah. The renewing of your mind. I had a question about that. What's up with your mind that it needs to be renewed? Is it sick? Cranky? Maybe just a little dull? Maybe some musty? What makes it need to be renewed? Maybe you just have the same one for a while. You just want a newer, updated version. You go to Target or something, get mine 2.0 and just have it installed. That'd be great. We can't do that though. But that's why we come here, right? We work on that. Because we're the only ones who can do that for ourselves. But first, to renew, you have to acknowledge that something is off. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. How off of it? And does it need to be healed? We talk about healing all the time. Healing suggests that something is sick, diseased, not right. And if you know, because we're here and we get to hear Mr. Bill every week tell us what the truth is, there's nothing inside of us that needs to be healed. There's nothing that needs to be healed. There's truth that wants to be revealed. But at our core, we're perfect. We are as Gus is. Anyone not know who Gus is? God, universal spirit. You know, some people with all these flavors of religions and stuff going on in all our past, some people have challenges with certain words. If you take the whole thing and put it together, it sounds more friendly, right? Gus. Me and Gus, we hang. So this is a good thing. So part of the work is just to uncover the minds, wipe away the cobwebs, if you will. Make your little doll. It may be just a case of some old energy showing up at the wrong time, which does happen. I might touch on that later. I'm not sure yet. We'll see what happens. Whatever it is that makes you think that you need a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of polishing, a little shining up, don't judge what seems to be wrong. There's nothing wrong. It's just a little out of sorts. And if you think it, I'm a big fan, if you think it, then there's probably truth up there. Because that's our first response. That's our intuition talking to us. And then our brain gets involved and it talks us out of it. Don't be afraid of those thoughts. They're pure. Be afraid of you talking yourself out of it. But if you think it, then give it some credence. And no judgment. No judgment. It's just a thing that wants to be looked at. That's all. Pay a little attention to yourself. Give yourself some grace. Give yourself some props. And when we find something that we perceive to be off, our first inclination is to fix it, right? Women, they want to love it. Guys, we want to beat it with a hammer. A more metaphysical way of dealing with it, though, is to work to reveal the truth, to release whatever is in the way, refresh the spirit. And you find yourself renewed by that prospect. So how can you become aware that something is off? Something that you said a little while ago. What we see in front of us, what we live, what our experience is that truth of us. And if we think we're ready for something and we're not getting it, then we're not ready for it. And there's something we have to really just face. If you think you're ready for something, you know, like, okay, I thought for a long time I was ready for a relationship, but I wasn't in one. Therefore, I guess I wasn't ready. And I knew at the time what was going on. So what happened is, I knew if I was going to get, I was starting to grow, I was on my journey here, I was starting to grow a little bit. And I had a feeling that if I got into a relationship now, it's not going to last. Because I'm growing, right? And this is not the person I want to end up being. I was right. I did it. It was wrong. So what it is that we see in life is what we truly, truly believe. So if you want to look in the mirror, what Bill said, whatever it is you're seeing, whatever it is you're experiencing, whatever it is you're feeling, that's the absolute truth of you. And if you don't like it, that's okay. Go easy on yourself. Give yourself some grace. It's just noticing what's up, accepting what it is that you see, and then dealing with it. Refresh and renew. There's this Buddhist saying, I love this thing. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah. We decide to suffer. May or may not be a conscious decision, but it is. And they have this great way of explaining this. It's called the 2 arrows. So you think the first arrow, right? Boom, ow. That hurts. That's not optional. I just got shot and that hurts, right? So it's unavoidable. We heard from injury, we heard from loss, we heard from a difficult experience. And it is real. The second arrow, though, is suffering. When they shoot that second arrow, that's an option. We do not need to take that on. That is self-inflicted torment that arises from our mental resistance, clinging, blaming, dwelling, right? Stuff happens. That's the beauty of living here. Stuff happens. So how are you going to deal with it? Do you accept it? Or are you just like, oh my God, you know, this is terrible. So examples of suffering, for instance, would be complaining about the heat. People do that all the time, okay? It's hot. Okay. What are you going to do about it? Well, share your misery with other people. They love that stuff. But that's suffering, okay? The hot is the pain, but the suffering is the complaining and oh God and everything that goes with that. So pay attention to that. Yes, it hurts. I got it. But you don't have to have it change your whole thing, right? How about an injury? It hurts. I'm sure everyone's been injured a little bit. You're hurt, I know, right? But you don't need to suffer. You just need to be in the moment. And then every moment is perfect, just the way it is if we want to go that, right? Here's another one, the political climate. A lot of first arrows on that one. But are you going to allow it to suffer? Are you going to allow yourself to suffer? If you can do something about it, then do something about it. And if you can't, let it go. Our peace is the most important thing that we can do for any situation that we're a part of, because it emanates from us. And we don't want to emanate. Rotten eggs came to mind for some reason. We want to emanate what rainbows and unicorns. So whatever it is, we have the power to be positive. We have the power for good just by being. And when we see it in the mirror, whatever it is that we experience is what we're actually being. So one thing that we can do that's really good for the world is to be positive, be upbeat. And sometimes even if you don't mean it at the beginning, that's okay. It can be a learned behavior. And you'll learn to deal with this other stuff, and I'm going to show you a little bit about that and a little bit about how to do that. But most suffering comes from the idea idea that we're disagreeing with reality. I don't like that. Okay, so it's reality. Argue with reality, okay? Reality will always win because it just is. So, it is. So you're gonna handle it or not. And if you just allow it to be what it wants to be, and you don't get taken into its stuff, then we don't have to suffer. But that puts us in a position of power so that we can deal with it in the way that is the most effective, most efficient, the best for everybody. When we respond instead of react to things, then we actually have an opportunity to create goodness out of anything that happens. That would be better. Here are a couple of ways to avoid that second arrow. When something happens, instead of reacting, pause, take a second. And in that space, we get an opportunity to decide how we want to respond to this, whatever it is that happened. When we do our work and we know who we are and why we are and what we're all about, then we can realign ourselves with the way that we want to be. And the more and more we do that, the more and more we actually become that naturally. So there is some work there. Recognize that the first arrow's pain is actually there, but observe what's going on. Try not to get caught up in this chatter that kind of brings us down. Accept that really what it is. Pain is a part of life, not a personal failing. There's a difference between I failed and I'm a failure. See, that I'm a failure thing happens in the darkness of our minds. I failed means something went wrong. That's all. I'm a failure means that you think there's something wrong with you. That's not a good place to hang. There's nothing wrong with you. We messed up. Okay. It's a lesson learned. So don't go to I am a failure. I am an idiot. I am whatever these things, however we choose to kick ourselves. And remember, we would never talk to our friends that way. We would never talk to our family that way. Why do we allow ourselves to talk to ourselves? It's okay to fail. That's how we learn. But you're not a failure. And you're not stupid. You're not an idiot and all that stuff. Okay? Okay, Dave. When the pain happens, you have to accept it. Why do you have to accept it? Because it just is. It rained on Christmas Day. How much fun was that? But we have to accept it. It's going to rain on New Year's Day again. How much fun will that be? It's already messed with my New Year's Day. I was going to go walk. Now I got to find something else to do. Okay. We'll figure it out. It'll be better for some reason, right? Everyone's going to see that Neil Diamond movie. Maybe I'll go do that. Song, song, blue. And then I'll go home and sing my own blues because it's raining. Just accept what is. That's how we get through life a little easier. We accept it. Acceptance. That doesn't mean you have to like it. That doesn't mean you have to agree with it. It just means that you accept the fact that it is, and taking that pause, understanding that gives you the opportunity to respond in a way that works for you. And what works for you at your core works for everybody else, right? So we become that energy that we want to lift up in the world. It just takes a little bit of work. That's all. And during our journey of becoming, we trip over our own lessons. Some can be painful. They could experience, okay? Or a potential trauma. Don't hurt yourself. But if it comes up with something, somewhere in there is a lesson that needs to be learned. If we look at it like that, we can separate ourselves from the immediacy of the aggravation, from the immediacy of the pain, and we can say, what needs to be learned here? And if we don't, then you know what? We get to take that class over again. I thought I did. I thought I learned this one. Well, apparently you didn't. And that's just our inner wisdom. It's just our gut self, our God space, helping us through these lessons so that we can become that which we envision for ourselves. Do we ever heal? Really? Everything that we've been through our whole life, and you can go 3 or 4 past lifetimes if you want, we carry with us. Did you know that? Everything. Now, if we don't really make the effort to properly take care of it, or what I say, deal with it, then we carry it with us. It's like taking all that trauma and putting it in a box. Throw the box in the back of the closet, throw some luggage in front of it, some blankets over it, and move on with your life. And the more and more you do that, the more and more luggage you start carrying around. And that energy gets really heavy. And you wonder sometimes why everything is so good, but you just can't seem to be happy. It's because of that old girlfriend and that band that broke up and that accident, all that stuff. And we don't take care of it. And I promise you, it will show up in your life at the most inopportune times. And it shows up as a misemotion, really. So we got to be careful of that kind of stuff. I have this thing that I'd like to share with you. Has anyone ever heard of an idea called Ho'oponopono? I'm guessing it's Hawaiian or something like that, but what it is it's a forgiveness technique. Now, in this idea of forgiveness, you don't have to go out and tell somebody that you forgave them and make amends. That's not what this is. What we do spiritually, when we hold stuff against somebody else or something else, it doesn't have to be a person. It's like we're drinking poison and waiting for them to get sick. What this thing is the way to embrace our inner wisdom and allow it to take the charge off the incident. And one way that you can figure out what incidents we're talking about is what happens when you think of an incident. When you think of a somebody or something that happened, does it start going like this? I call it, it's not safe for that person to walk down the hallways of your mind. And if you think you forgive them, you didn't. Because this is going on, and there's no peace here. Okay? So what I'd like to do is share with you this, and I have another one too. I don't know if you're able to write anything down or don't tell Dave, but I'll let you take your phone out if he doesn't make it loud. Because I want you to remember these 4 things. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Okay? That's the mantra, the prayer, the affirmation, call it whatever you like. Now when you get into your space, whatever that means to you, your meditation, your prayer, your just like this, bring into your mind the person, the event, yourself, whatever it is that there's a little charge on it. Again, listen to your heart as to what that may be. And surround that, easier to say person, but it's also an incident. Surround that person in beautiful, white, loving light. Bring them into mind, into your heart. Surround them with that God light, that gust, an image, and just warm and loving, embracing, and hold them there like that. And then say this mantra over and over again. especially at the beginning if you don't mean it. That's okay. And you don't need to know what it is that you're forgiving because your energy knows that, your soul knows that. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Over and over again, just as many times as you can. And I'll tell you, the energy around that incident, the energy around that person, whatever, put yourself in the light. If you've done something that was stupid, okay, put yourself in the light, forgive yourself. The energy around that dissipates and you feel yourself getting lighter. It's really a powerful thing. Any questions about that? There's one other quick thing I'd like to share with you as far as releasing, really letting go. There's this energetic thing called cutting the cord. And we do this with people. When you're with somebody that just drains your energy, right? Hi, how you doing? And you talk to them like 10 or 15 minutes and then you're like this. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with this? Energetically cut the cord. There is an energy that happens. Some people can actually see it. I don't know if you've ever seen it. But I've had people tell me when I was with somebody, say, wow, you can see that thing around you. And so it's kind of real, quite honestly, metaphysically. Get that person that drained your energy, picture yourself connected to them, and physically in your mind, cut the cord. Gone. Cut it. And then pull the roots out of you. And that's how you separate. And I was concerned about this when I first heard that because, you know, some of our biggest lessons come from our family.
Yeah.
But what the truth is you're only cutting off the past. And if you have to do something with somebody you actually care about, but there was cut the cord, and then when you see them again, it's a fresh cord. Unencumbered by what's in the past. Sometimes what happens in the past informs our present. And that helps, it keeps us from being present in the moment. So we don't want that. So just be done with the past. And if cutting the cord helps, do that. Anything that helps, do that. So it's just a couple of examples. You cut the cord, pull the roots out. And then you're done with that. And then if it's a person, when you see them again, you start fresh, which gives that relationship a better chance now because we're not carrying the past with us. You may need to do these things, especially the Ho'oponopono a few times. There's this thing, we've heard the layers of the onion, right? And so we do forgiveness work, and then all of a sudden the mom comes up again. I thought I dealt with this. Yeah, you did, but you've heard this idea that we're only given that what we can handle. So at the beginning of our journey, we can only handle this. And as we get deeper, and as we get more, whatever it is more that we get during our journey, we can handle more. So there's a deeper level to some of these things for us to take on. So yeah, sometimes we have to do it again, but that just is a good thing, actually. Because that means you're growing. We call it deeper, but it's actually expanding. English language, how much fun is this? So if you have to do it again, do it again. No judgment. It just is what it is, you know. And we want to grow, supposedly. So if you want to do the work, go ahead. And I promise you'll experience some really good things, a lot of peace. And you'll start seeing what it is you wish in your life. You'll start seeing the vision that you have for yourself starting to come into actual, real, physical realm. So you may need to do that stuff. And then when you do this, it sets you up for kind of a clear, fresh start to the new year. You get rid of all this old stuff. It's kind of like a blank slate. You get a chance to start over. And you will be renewed. It's a beautiful thing. Here's a quote by a guy by the name of Jack Addington. Early in his book he wrote called Your Needs Met. It'll help to set your intention, okay? Repeat after me. Old habits have no power over me.
Old habits have no power over me.
I felt that. Good on you guys. Conditions have no power over me.
Conditions have no power over me.
Personalities have no power over me.
Personalities have no power over me.
I take dominion.
I take dominion.
I am whole.
I am whole.
I am free.
I am free.
I am complete.
I am complete.
Now and forever.
Now and forever.
And so it is.
And so it is.
I should do that for you guys. May your life be fresh, exciting, and on purpose, whatever that looks like to you. You got this. Look at now. Thank you guys for participating. That was so much like fun. Let's lock this in with a little prayer first. Okay. You can feel the energy. You can feel the oneness. You can feel the light and the light that is what we call Gus. God, universe, spirit, source. You feel it? It is really where we come from, where we live, and to where we return when we drop the body. And now we're here. I feel it. And I know it's true for me, and I know that's true for everybody here and everyone out there. And what I know is that we are on a journey of freedom. We are on our personal journey towards peace. And we learn our lessons lovingly, eagerly, and we work towards removing all that does no longer serve us. And by doing that, we become freer. By doing that, we release, we refresh, we become renewed, and we are in the world with fresh eyes, and our energy uplifts everything and everyone we come in contact with. And I know this to be the truth. I own this, and I'm so blessed to be able to share this. So, knowing how this works, I know that this is true. I have said it, therefore it is. And then all I do now is release it. Release it to the fertile fields. It is the action and activity of the law that makes our words become reality. It's just like planting a seed in the ground. You know what it's going to become. So it's with that faith and with that knowing that I release this. Let it be in its perfection. I expect it and I accept it. And I find it to be good. So if you'll help me lock this in by repeating, and so it is.
And so it is. And so it is, and it is so. Didn't I tell you?
That's good.
This guy is about that far off the ground this morning. Wow.
Okay.
All right. I've just coerced him into playing something for us. A song. Not only is he a great speaker, he's a pretty decent piano player.
I have a song. I'm thinking, what's it say? What's the phrase? Release and let go, right? So what only song can we sing today? A release and let go, right? So y'all have to sing it. We're going to take this up a notch just for fun to see if we can. Most of it we already know the words to, but the first verse, it's like Christmas song. Did you know there's actually a first verse? Now this is one of the best mics I've ever had. Doesn't this sound great?
It keeps working even when you tear it apart.
Right? I think I tried to use this thing, it never really works, but you know, we'll see. Now we've got a stereo day. I'm not going to do this one. I'll use this one.
Okay.
crazy? There was a time in my life when I thought I had to do it all by myself. But I didn't know that the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know that love was at hand. Now what can I say? If you're disturbed, struggling to make it through the day, you just have to let it go. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. And this is what I have to say. Ready? I release it. I let it go. I let it run my life. And my heart is open wide. It is only here for God. I release and I let go. And that spirit run my life. But the flame of the spirit. And I'm only here for God. Hello. I release and I let go. I let spirit run my life. I am free from the spirit, and I'm only here for God. I release and I let go, and let the spirit run my life. I am free from the spirit, and I'm only here for God. One more time, come on. I release and I let go. I let spirit run my life. I am free in the spirit, and I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let spirit run my life. I am free in the spirit, and I'm only here for God. I release from the spirit. I am only here for God.
Yeah, release, I let go. You are outstanding. Get out there and stand. What a wonderful morning. Did you learn anything this morning? Absolutely. I did. Don't try and compete with that guy. Wow. What a message. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Friedman. Well, listen, now it's time for our offertory, and I know that Eloise would like to introduce that. Yeah. Don't get too far away.
Not going far. Would you please repeat after me? I am rich.
I am rich.
I am prosperous.
I am prosperous.
I give and receive abundantly.
I give and receive abundantly.
And you do. What you give out, you'll notice how it comes back. All things, by the way. Even your negativities, they come back too. But when you're giving to God, boy, does He give back to you. I know, I feel like I am a very wealthy person. About 2 months ago, I remember thinking, I think I need a new car. And my children gave me a car. Wow. A Honda Accord, burgundy, and it's 2014, which is 16 years newer than my Lexus. But I had a hard time giving up the Lexus, I tell you. But this car is so beautiful and it does so much. It's got stereophonic sound. I'm in love again. Ask and ye shall receive. So, our wonderful usher, Gail, will be coming around to take your donations, your gifts, your tithes, your presents, your awareness of the God that is within you, and your awareness of how wonderful He treats you, and He gives back abundantly. And you can go back to see Dave, and he will take your debit cards or your credit cards, and then you don't even see it. Now, by the way, one other thing I want to say before we sing, we are so blessed. Mary made oatmeal. Our beautiful Mary brought oatmeal and maple syrup and cream. Anyway, just a side issue in case anybody wants to join us for coffee and cookies and oatmeal. And now we're going to sing, and Brian is going to sing with us.
So grateful. Thank you for these offerings and for the work that it will do for the center. And
So it is.
well, that wraps up our program except for our peace song. And I wanted you to understand why we do that peace song.
You got it.
We used to sing, "Yes, there is peace on earth." And a couple of people said to me, wait a minute, why are we saying, yes, there's peace on earth? We already know that there is a lot of turmoil. So we're going back to say, let there be peace on earth. Let's open that up this evening, or this morning. Let's circle up now if you want to. You don't have to, it's not mandatory. But we're going to do our song, "Let There Be Peace on Earth." And opening up to let it be, let it be. And it goes something like this.